Morning all and welcome back once again to I Like Watches. Venezianico have just sent me their latest release. You may remember a little while ago I reviewed their most popular dive watch, and honestly that thing was gorgeous. One of the prettiest dive watches I have ever seen, and they've now made it in a smaller case size, which is apparently what their followers have been asking for some time. So in this video I'm going to show you their best looking and most popular dive watch, but in a smaller size. And again, it is very, very pretty. I mean, just look at this thing. There's no denying this thing is gorgeous. I love the bezel insert. It's a sort of dusky grey, but it's polished, very, very shiny and reflective. It's tungsten, which is a really, really cool material to use. I think this is the only brand I've ever seen use that material for its bezel insert. And on the two watches that they've launched, a couple of different mother of pearl dials, and the colours on this dial, purples and blues, oh, stunning, absolutely stunning. And because it's so pretty and it's got all these reflective surfaces on it, and there's other things as well like the butterfly clasp, I don't think we can call this a proper tool watch, although it is rated for 200 meters and it is of course a dive watch. I wouldn't dare take this thing diving. This thing wouldn't go anywhere near the beach. It is more suited to being worn under a suit jacket, I think. Yeah, it's more of a sort of dressy dive watch, isn't it? And I think the new size really, really suits it for that reason. You're going to be able to wear this watch under a cuff. It's just over 10 millimeters thick. That is the beauty of the movement inside this watch. It's the 9039. No ghost position on the crown. No date complication on the dial. That is a very slim movement, and it does enable manufacturers to produce roughly 10mm 200 meter rated divers. Now I know of course there's going to be people out there saying there was nothing wrong with the bigger watch, why do we want smaller watches? Well, some of us just like smaller, lighter dive watches. Why do all dive watches have to be big and massive and chunky and heavy? It's a style of watch that I think most people love. It's quite often people's favourite style of watch, but we don't always want to wear watches that are almost 200 grams. We want to wear watches like this that are sub 150 grams and we can wear all day, every day. And this is perfect for that. Now, like the other watch that I saw, this one is beautifully finished. Yeah, the polishing, the brushing, everything about this watch seems to be very, very premium. But then I think you would want it to be, given the price tag, 765 euros for these two watches. And yeah, I don't think that's an unreasonable price at all, given the overall package as well, the boxing, and you know, the overall experience of unboxing this watch feels like you're unboxing a premium diver. The watch in your hand, it feels like a premium quality timepiece. So yeah, I don't think 765 euros is actually an unreasonable price. I think some people might have preferred a different movement inside this watch, given they're being asked to pay close to 800 euros for it. But the Miyota 9039 is not an entry level automatic movement. Yes, we see it in watches more affordable than this, but this doesn't feel like an affordable watch. And the 9039 does beat at 28,800 beats per hour. It hacks and hand winds, and on the whole, yeah, very, very reliable. They do of course have the unidirectional rotating rotor, which I know some people don't like because occasionally you can hear them. They're not as noisy as the 8215s, nowhere near it. So you're far less likely to notice that unidirectional rotor, but yeah, it is there. Gorgeous bracelet on this watch as well. Again, it's not really a sort of toolish bracelet. It would look at home on a fairly dressy all stainless steel watch, and yeah, butterfly clasp. I would normally complain about that on a proper dive watch, but on this watch you're going to benefit from that sort of continuous look of the bracelet all the way around your wrist, and there are smaller links available on their website as well. So although this watch doesn't come with any smaller links or any ability to micro adjust the length of the bracelet, if you don't get a perfect fit, then there is an option there at least to buy smaller links. And the bracelet links are less than 7mm long, so there is a good chance you'll get a fit without those smaller smaller links. Caseback's nicely done, a few specifications on it as well. It's not a screw down caseback, it's a screwed down caseback. But of course the crown is a screw down crown, as I've already mentioned, 200 meters of water resistance, and I think they've nailed it in terms of the balance between brushed finishing and polished finishing. There is some polishing on the bezel, polishing on the case, you've got those polished center links on the bracelet, but overall the watch is brushed, so yeah, it's still obviously a dive watch, but a decorative, pretty one. Now, they've kept the hands quite simple on this watch, haven't they? I suspect that is intentional. They want the focus to be on the dial. The applied indices, beautifully done, really, really clean and crisp, and I think they suit the watch perfectly. But again, not too elaborate, not too sort of in your face. I think they want the focus to be on this mother of pearl dial, and there's no denying. I think that is what you see first. Maybe the bezel insert. I mean, the bezel insert is really eye-catching. I love it, but yeah, this mother of pearl dial. The colours on this particular one are gorgeous, and of course no two watches are going to be the same. Mother of pearl is a natural material. It is coloured. To get these colours quite often, they're not always left natural, but yeah, you'll never get two dials the same, of course. Bezel action's nice, have a listen. Yeah, it's definitely a bezel that I enjoy rotating. It feels nice, equal resistance all the way around, very, very smooth, plenty of grip, and the alignment is perfect. So what more would you want? So if you liked that first Venezianico that I featured on my channel, but you weren't completely sold because of the size, perhaps, or maybe the dial, although the dial looked very similar, that one just had a brushed or sunburst effect dial. This one, of course, has this mother of pearl dial. Yeah, if that one wasn't to your liking, maybe this is one to consider. I think this could be, again, their most popular dive watch. There's very few weaknesses, isn't there, really? I would have loved to have seen screw pins. I think the smaller links should have been included in the package. I think I would have liked to have seen a more traditional screw down case back, but maybe they've used this method with the 6 screws to keep the thickness of the watch right down. Maybe that was the reason, I don't know. But yeah, I just like screw down case backs. I'd also like to see a few other colour options available, not just these 2 mother of pearl dial options. Maybe that's something they're going to add in the future. But yeah, very few weaknesses to this watch. €765 though, boys and girls. If you like it, you may need to move pretty quick because I think they're only launching with 250 watches. So yeah, sign up to their newsletter. I'll put a link to their website in my video description if you're interested. I think that's probably the best way to keep informed. Right, guys? Yeah, let me know what you think of this watch in the comments section. And as always, a massive thank you from me to you for tuning in. Of course, I appreciate it.